Okay, take a look at that, guys. Palantir stock ended up only going down 1% on the day. And this morning, when I made the first video, I'm not sure if you guys saw that one, but we were down like 9%, 10%. Looking back in hindsight, when I made that video, I think it was literally the bottom. I don't know why I was making the video. I should have been buying call options that expire this Friday, guys. I don't know what I was doing there. Just kidding. I would not have done that. But, in hindsight, hey, if I did that, I would have made a lot of money. But here we are. We only went down 1% on the day after this morning's bloodbath. It's nuts. And talk about a roller coaster ride, guys. Let's just dive into it. We're going to break down the charts, do all that. You guys can see we closed yesterday at $158, pretty much, just under that per share. And we got all the way down to 142 today. This morning, we were down almost 10% this morning. And then we saw just a ridiculous rebound. Honestly, I didn't expect it to rebound this aggressively, but it did. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Nothing shocks me anymore in this market. This is honestly normal price action. We can see here 10% recovery, and we actually broke out of the opening price and we closed above it. That's actually huge here, guys. And notice we closed today right at the closing price from yesterday. So Palantir, man, if it gaps up this tomorrow morning, if it gaps up above, let's say 158, starts breaking 160, that would be a very positive sign in the short term for the bulls, right? You guys can see, especially considering, this is a big resistance. This range right here that we're in, kind of right now, is a big resistance between 153 to 156. That's where the stock chopped around right before earnings, before it took off. You know what I mean? We went from 160 all the way to 190. Now we're back between kind of in this mid 150 range. So if we're able to fill the gap to 160 and ultimately break 160 on Palantir, this could lead us to see more upside just based on the charts. But we're not seeing it yet. We have a death cross. We're under the moving averages on the 1 hour time frame. And even though we had a nice run today, it was nice rebound, we're still very much in a downtrend on the 5-day, 5-minute, which we got to keep an eye on the shorter time frames to kind of determine the shorter term price action to see where it's going to go. If you're looking at shorter term moves, right? If you're a day trader, maybe you're swing trading for a couple days, whatever, you want to see where it's going to go in the very short term. 5-day, 5-minute is great for that. So you can see it's still in this downtrend. We can see, if I draw this out, even with this run, we're trading at the top of the channel here. So guys, it comes down to 160. 158 to 160. If that spot can break, we might get the overall push, but I'm not seeing it yet. We're not seeing it yet. It's going to take some more time, you know what I mean? And with the overall market selling off, I don't know, guys. It's still vulnerable to go lower. That's the reality. It's still vulnerable to go lower here. And look, the overall stock market, if I bring this up quickly, let me show you SPY. We can see this is kind of where we're at on SPY right now. If I pull up the 30-minute, we saw a big rebound in the overall market today as well. So we can see, if I pull the 30-minute, or this is the 30-minute, the 1 day, we saw a big dump off this morning, big rebound. Very similar, pretty much exactly to what we saw in PLTR. So if this starts to, let's say, fail here, since we're not fully breaking out yet, there's a decent chance, hey, Palantir goes lower and the overall market goes lower, since clearly we're not really breaking out of that point. We're not fully there yet. But hey, I could be proven wrong tomorrow, guys. And again, it comes back to, if I look at SPY on the intraday, it kind of comes back to the opening price from today. Same thing on Palantir. If we're able to get a gap up above that point tomorrow on SPY, on Palantir, that would be bullish. That would be bullish if we gap up, let's say, above 640 tomorrow on SPY. We take the opening price out from today. That could lead to a breakout, potentially. It's kind of too early to tell. We'll see how tomorrow goes, but these are some things that I'm watching. And going back to Palantir, PLTR, we can see it went down 1%, like I said, not bad. And, we're right at the pre-market resistance from today. So if we're able to gap out of that point, the closing price from yesterday, this could fly, I feel like, in the short term. But again, it's still vulnerable to more downside. As we can clearly see, it's still within the downtrending channel. So that's a quick little update. Nice rebound to end off the day on Palantir. Not bad, man. And the VIX, which was up, I think, like 10% earlier, also came down. The VIX saw a nice drop from 17 points today. Got over 17. Now it's at 15, 60, 70. So yeah, the VIX has come down, which I still think that could spike up a lot more. We'll see. September is typically a bad month for stocks, guys, and I told you all my prediction. It's honestly been proven right so far. I told you guys, I think we're going to get a sell-off in the back half of August. I said this like 2 weeks ago. Here we are. We're seeing it now. And I think we might get a little more downside into September. We might mellow out mid-September. We'll see. But ultimately, I think however the timeline plays out, we're setting ourselves up for an end-of-the-year rally, which I'm pumped about. I'm pretty confident. Obviously, we can never guarantee anything in the stock market, guys. Anything in life, for that matter. You know what I mean? But I'm confident that we're going to get a Christmas rally, a Santa Claus rally, a little holiday push this year. I think we're kind of heading into a perfect landscape for it almost. Some rate cuts. The only thing is, if inflation runs wild, oops, knocked the mic. If inflation runs wild here in the short term before, Christmas, I guess, that could rain on our parade. Let's just say that, in my opinion. But if inflation stays tamed, we get these cuts, these rate cuts, earnings were already strong. Let's say we get another killer earnings season. It's setting us up for a bigger move, I think, in my opinion. And that's not like some bold take. It's not like some crazy, oh my gosh, Das, you're a genius. It's nothing like that. It's almost obvious, but you never really know at the end of the day. And I'm positioned for it. And don't get me wrong, I do have a good amount of cash, on the sidelines to potentially take advantage if we do go down more than I think we will. I'm cool with buying more stocks if that happens, guys. But I think we might consolidate a little bit here, sell off a little bit more in August, into September a little bit. But ultimately, I think we're setting ourselves up for a bigger move. What do you guys think about that, though? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, and I'll wrap it up here. I made a bunch of videos today, guys. I don't need to keep you all too long here, so if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the email list. It's free. Check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates. All the links are down below, and with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.